If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Now back to the Wisconsin Vegetable Garden Radio Show.
You're either listening to this show for a couple of reasons. One, you're either a gardener, you want to be a gardener, you know somebody who's a gardener, or you accidentally picked up a gardening magazine at your local dentist office. So you're one of those people.
With your hosts, Joey and Holly Baird.
Well, you can certainly call into the IV Organics 3-in-1 Plant Guard hotline just like our next caller has. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, raspberry plants. I have, somebody gave me some. They've grown like 5 feet high. And how do I cut them to replant to make more plants?
Okay, so you want to, you got some raspberry plants that are growing quite high, tall.
Yes.
And you want to kind of cut them back so that they kind of bush out more.
Well, and I'd like to use what I cut off
Propagate.
to replant.
Okay, you want to propagate them.
Yes.
Okay. So one thing you can do is you would trim them back in the fall.
Right.
And then, so that's one thing you would do to
Get that? Yeah, you want to cut the back some of it. How old are these plants? Are you looking? Are these multiple years old?
I don't think they're too old.
Okay.
Okay, so you can propagate them. That's not a problem. What you would do is right now you would remove sections of the stem, and then you would go ahead and you plant them about 3 to 6 inch cuttings, and you want to make sure it's a clean cut, and you want to make sure that you're leaving some of the leaf nodes on them. And then what you do, you don't plant them right away. You put them in some water until they start to sprout roots. Once they sprout those roots, then you would plant them.
I see. Do I take some of the leaves off on the cuttings?
You can take some of the leaves off. What you're going to submerge in the water, you'll want to remove those leaves so the stem can generate roots under the water, and then you can go ahead and once they begin to root, then you can plant them.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. We want next caller, line 2. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Holly. Good morning, Mandebo, and good morning, Milwaukee. Tyrone W. speaking. They kind of go hand in hand there. But even with you were speaking about the lettuce earlier, and I got rained on a couple of days ago, and I feel like I got hit by something in January, February here.
Right.
But I was wondering, is the soil quite? First of all, is the soil quite capable of breaking down acid rains before it gets to the fruits and vegetables and things? And then on the tail end of that, then the lettuce with the I know basically salmonella has been confined to the chickens and the meats and stuff. So where's all this salmonella and cross contamination or whatever? The ground or the warehouses. Where's this contamination from the lettuces and all these different greeneries coming in? Is that the lack of the soil breaking down these acid rains from the rain, the warehouses, or what have you there? And I'll listen to you over the air then.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so soil has what's called a buffering capacity. So if there is acid in the rain, if there's harmful things in the rain or water, it's going to buffer that out. That's not a problem. So you don't have to worry about that, the acid in the rain, having any impact on your fruits and vegetables. The salmonella is because of runoff. It's because of farms not properly keeping distance between their animals and the vegetables, and so their waste, the animal waste, creates runoff when it rains or when they water, and then that affects the plants.
And that's the thing with the lettuce. The farmers have to keep that distance in order.
And things like leafy greens, particularly lettuce, spinach, is more susceptible because that stuff is running past those leafy greens.
Barry writes in and says he's got a problem with his pumpkins. The neck of my large pumpkin is starting to rot. What can I treat it with? Please help. Well, the problem, the answer is nothing. That's a simple answer, because once rot has begun to occur on any vegetable, whether that's tomatoes or eggplant or summer squash or pumpkins in this manner, it's irreversible. Now, here's the upside to this. If your pumpkin is nearly ripe or is ripe and you notice rot to begin to occur on it, you can harvest it and remove the rot portion of it, and the majority of that fruit or vegetable is edible, is safe to consume once you remove all the rotted areas of it. Now, that's one way to save it, but if rot is already occurring, there's nothing in which one can do in order to fix that problem. The other things in which you could do for pumpkins is you could look at ways of trying to identify what that problem is, because just verbally saying this is the problem, it's very hard to identify the specific the different reasons why that has occurred. Another question, it's a tree question. I have a tree and it has webbing with tiny worms in the webbing. What is the problem, or what is it? Well, most likely, based on the description that you're sending in, tint worms. What you want to do is safely remove the infected portion of that tree, the limb, the branches, that area, and you can burn them or you can throw them in the trash, either or. You don't want to put them in your recycling bin or for municipality trash pickup, but there are treatments in which you can apply if you're having this issue more frequently. You can also spray it with soap solution to help rid the problem. But if it's a large infected problem on your trees, then you might need to seek more professional help. If it's just a small area, just go ahead and remove that branch or that limb right now and dispose of it. Otherwise, it can and will spread to other portions of the tree. Also, with tree problems, we've seen this year here in the Milwaukee area, we've had a prolonged period of drought, and the leaves have been beginning to drop, and even some of these fruit trees that we've had or have has dropped a good amount of small fruit because it can't sustain it. We're still got a tremendous amount of fruit on the trees, but it's just the tree understands how much it can support, so it basically cuts off and kills off what it can't support to better carry on the traits and the survival of the tree. So if you're seeing that occur with your leaf trees or your fruit trees, don't worry about it. There's nothing that you need to do. We've got a lot of rain now. It should help fix the problem, but that's the reason why it was occurring. It was trying to support the tree by aborting the leaves and fruit. Thank you for checking out the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener radio show. For more, go to the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com for full-length in-studio video and podcast replay of Season 1. Season 2 underway and added weekly. Tweet us at TWVG Show or hashtag TWVG to be part of the program.